Good afternoon. I trust your afternoon is coming along well. You're just in time for TV47 at 4 with I, Sheilar Chelangat, and of course we do begin right now. President William Ruto has assented to the county allocation of Revenue Bill 2026, paving the way for the disbursement of 428 billion to the 47 county governments for the financial year 2026-2027. Now, the law provides for the equitable sharing of revenue among counties using Parliament's approved revenue sharing formula. It also sets expenditure ceilings for county executives and county assemblies. The Act further requires monthly reports on funds disbursed to counties and quarterly reports on devolved functions transferred to the National Assembly. Now, a move aimed at strengthening accountability and improving service delivery.
Prime Cabinet Secretary, Honorable Solicitor General for Publication into Law.
And to the health sector in the country, more than 6,000 healthcare interns have received their posting letters and are set to begin their mandatory 52-week internship across the country, a major boost to Kenya's healthcare workforce. Health Cabinet Secretary Aidan Duale assured the interns that no qualified healthcare professional will face delays in posting. He also pledged timely salary payments and fair treatment across all health facilities. The government has allocated 9 billion in the 2026-2027 budget to support the internship program. Health sector leaders urged the interns to uphold discipline and professionalism while calling for their direct employment after successful completion of the program.
We gather here not merely to issue posting letters, but to make one of the largest strategic investments that any nation can make, an investment in its people, and by flagging off 6,784 healthcare professional interns to facilities across our 47 counties, we are strengthening the backbone of our healthcare system and fulfilling a commitment made by His Excellency the President that no qualified healthcare professional should experience unnecessary delays in commencing their internship. I am pleased that for the second consecutive year, we have honored our commitment.
Activist Davis Lichuma has been found dumped at Kenyatta National Hospital days after disappearing during the June 25th commemoration protest. This comes after activists gave a 24-hour ultimatum demanding his release. The human rights defenders who visited him earlier at the hospital in a show of solidarity called on the government to investigate and bring the perpetrators to book.
Kwenda kwa emergency nikaambiwa ni watu wengi wamekuja hapa. Lakini nikiwa pale nikaangalia nikaona mtu ana nguo. Sasa kuangalia hivi nikaona kumbe ndugu yangu juu ako na rasta, lakini faida venye alikuwa amejikunja chini, hakuwa na nguo, anakaa kama mnyama. Sasa katika wakati nilimwangalia nikaambiwa daktari, huyu ni ndugu yangu. Kuna majamaa wa pikipiki walikuwa pale. Nikauliza je, umemtoa wapi? Wakasema wamemokota kwa barabara na wamemleta hapa. Nikamwambia kwa barabara gani? Wakaniambia niache kuuliza maswali.
Severe beatings by the police, and the questions they were being asked is who is funding you? Where did you get the hidden body cams from? Because they had announced the day before that they will be having those body cams to record excesses of the police. So they have been through a lot. If you've seen Lichuma, he can't speak. It's only tears that are coming out of his eyes, which for a grown man, and we know him to be a very strong individual, he's actually one of the strongest among us. For him to be in that situation, it means he must have been through a very, very, very horrendous period.
What's very disappointing is that he was arrested by uniformed police officers, taken to Central Police Station, and then he was removed from a gazetted police station and disappeared.
Away from that, President William Ruto has commissioned the Ngong Road-Naivasha Road flyover, a project expected to ease traffic congestion along the busy Ngong Road corridor and improve traffic flow in the area. The president also urged Kenyans to remain united and reject divisive politics.
Imebaki miezi 4, mimi naenda kufungua soko ya Gikomba, iko tayari. The first one. Hiyo ni phase 1 na nitabadilisha hiyo dunia yote mpaka hii Kenya ibadilike. Na ndio mimi nawauliza ndugu zangu, watu wa Nairobi, watu wa Kanairo, na wauliza kwa unyenyekevu, msikubali watu ambao hawana agenda, hawana mpango, hawana maono, ati kazi yao ni matusi, ati kazi yao ni ukabila, ati kazi yao ni chuki, ati kazi yao ni vipindi, ati kazi yao ni fitina. Watuletee fitina taifa letu la Kenya. Watu wa Nairobi tunaelewana jameni? Sura ya Nairobi ndio sura ya Kenya. Nairobi kama kumeharibika, Kenya kumeharibika. Nairobi kama kuna uchafu, Kenya haiwezi kuendelea. Nairobi kama itembei, kama iko na jam, Kenya iko na jam. Hii mjengo hii ya barabara hii ilikuwa imepangiwa kumalizika mwaka ujao Julai. Mimi nikakuja hapa mara 3, nikamwambia huyu contractor, hakuna vile tunaweza kungojea miaka 3 hii mahali jam isumbue wananchi. Hii kitu tumemaliza 1 year ahead of time.
Now, the government is stepping up efforts to improve access to financing for micro, small and medium enterprises through flexible lending and tailored financial products. Speaking at a Kenya Development Cooperation Customer Networking Forum, MSME Principal Secretary Susan Mangeni said access to funding remains a major challenge for MSMEs. She said many small businesses are struggling with debt and limited financing, leading to early failure. Mangeni called for increased support for development finance institutions and proposed a tiered financial model to serve youth, women, persons with disabilities and fresh graduates.
We exist to support investors like you in the room to be able to expand your markets. Ours is about promoting more exports, being able to create more jobs. I know they say 90% of the jobs are from the MSMEs, so you here in the room are also the highest job creators.
C is going to extend financing beyond individual projects, but it's going to help us unlock investment, it will bridge the market gaps, it will catalyze enterprises.
As MSMEs, one of the solutions we give them is through aggregation, that you can be able to put your products together and have them sold as a bunch.
I appreciate KDC for widening the scope of investment across many sectors of our economy. We are hearing dairy, we are hearing hospitality, farming, steel and all that. So
we are going to restructure and some of our financial products so that then they meet you at the point of your need, whether you're a young person, whether you're women, or whether you are persons with disabilities.
And over to Kiambu County, where learning at Mohoro Primary School in Gituamba Village, Larry constituency, was disrupted after parents staged a protest over alleged mismanagement by the school administration. The parents accused the head teacher of lacking transparency in the management of school finances, claiming payments made by parents are not issued with official receipts. They have formed an interim committee to oversee the school's affairs and vowed that learners will not return to class until the Ministry of Education intervenes. They are also demanding a full audit of the school's accounts. Meanwhile, Larry's Sub-County Director of Education, Willard Ngaira, said the allegations will be investigated and the head teacher probed.
Tutaki watoto wakae nyumbani, tumechagua bodi wengine wasimamie shule kabla tuletewe ripoti ya uchaguzi mkubwa. Ndio warudishwe hapa bodi yote ikiwa yote hapa. Sasa kitu ile tumewachiwa deputy. Headmaster tumutaki. Tumewachiwa, tunataka atoke leo. Juu tukimkuta hapa tena ama tuone gari yake tena tunaandamana aende mpaka serikali ituletee headmaster mwingine ama isimamiwe na huyo deputy.
Sasa tunataka Ogamba, tunaomba tu Ogamba ututumie auditor wa mahesabu. Juu mwalimu ametunyanyasa kabisa. Sasa tuko mwisho. Nyenye tuitisha ni mingi. Sasa tunataka tulipa last year na tujui ni ya nini. Juu hata haina risiti. Huku pesa ni cash. Watoto kila saa kutoka anakuja Monday na Tuesday. Monday watoto nyumbani, Tuesday watoto nyumbani. Na ukikuja unamwambia ulipe pesa na simu, anataka cash. Sasa hiyo hatutaki.
Walimu wetu wanakaa hapa wengi ni wageni, badala ya kwenda wakae nyumbani, tunawapatia pesa kidogo, walimini hapa na watoto wetu watoke at least saa 11. Hiyo pesa mwalimu mkuu anachukua hiyo pesa. Anakura. Watoto wetu halipi walimu. Watoto wanakaa hapa peke yao, walimu wameenda zao juu hawana pesa. Sasa hiyo ndio kitu ile imetufanya tukaumwa kabisa.
Ninasema kwamba mahali tumesimama hapa, sijasema mwalimu ako na makosa, lazima uchunguzi ya hii mambo, nimesema ifanyike, sivyo?
Akiwa nje.
Sawa sawa.
Sisi tunajua ako na makosa.
Now, days after an armed robbery at Watamu Mall that reportedly targeted a foreign national, an American citizen has come forward alleging he was defrauded of property and assets worth more than 79 million shillings following the breakdown of his marriage to a Kenyan woman. He claims he later discovered that all the properties had been registered in her name. Speaking in Watamu, the American is appealing for the government intervention, saying his life is in danger. He has been left homeless and he risks deportation. Meanwhile, legal experts in Watamu have urged authorities to act swiftly, warning that such cases could undermine investor confidence and harm Kenya's reputation as a safe destination for foreign investment.
President Ruto himself should be aware that as a US citizen I have quite innumerable powers, and that there is a trade deal going on between the United States of America and Kenya to deal with minerals, amongst other things. So I think it would be beholden upon all concerned to take my case very seriously and to address it at the earliest opportunity. Another example of police inaction was there was an armed robbery last Wednesday in a cafe in Watamu that I had left minutes before the robbery happened. There is speculation that I was the target of that robbery.
If this is happening to Joel and all the other people who have invested their money here, if there is sudden capital flight out of Kenya because people fear this kind of thing, the government must act firmly, decisively to stop this kind of fraud so that we don't have sudden capital flight from Kenya, from foreign investors who are being defrauded by our people in Kenya.
She was a mama mboga in Watamu. Now is a millionaire, and she wanted the person called Joel to be deported so that he remained with everything.
Now, Rwanda and Kenya have officially signed a historic bulk petroleum importation agreement, restoring the Northern Corridor as Kigali's preferred logistics route. During a signing ceremony, officials finalized the new strategic framework to boost regional energy security and improve supply chain efficiency. Backed by President Paul Kagame, the agreements establish legal, institutional and operational mechanisms between the two nations. This partnership utilizes Kenya's port and pipeline network, providing long-term commercial predictability for Rwanda's private sector and a petroleum industry.
Kenya will provide a transit environment to guarantee security of supply of bulk refined petroleum products to Rwanda for the long haul. The volumes to Rwanda transiting through this corridor are set to grow more than tenfold.
Rwanda's intention has always been to ensure security of supply, to optimize logistics processes, price competitiveness, and corridor optimization. And through these legal frameworks, we believe that that objective has been met.
And And in the world of sports, 2026 FIFA World Cup co-hosts Canada continue to celebrate the emphatic 1-0 win over South Africa that sealed their place into the round of 16 of the global showpiece. This comes as the Bafana were left to rue their chances after failing to make the most of them throughout the game and were eventually punished with a superb strike from skipper Stephen Eustachio right at the dead ending. South Africa's run and pushing Canada one step deeper into a tournament on home soil, with expectations beginning to gather momentum.
I think it was a pretty good one. We were waiting for the overtime, and all of a sudden the game was over by Canada. Yeah, so 1-0. We're very happy about it.
I thought Canada deserved to win. It was kind of a rough match to watch, in all honesty. I feel like, South Africa was just happy to be here a little bit to a certain degree. And Canada, they really didn't create anything. So if you don't create anything, you don't deserve to win.
The reffing was just absolutely atrocious, but in the end, Canada got the result they deserved. I don't think there's much more else to say other than that. You got any thoughts there, Dad?
I just think it was a wonderful way to end the game by us.
All right, that there concludes TV47 at 4 with Sheilar Chelangat. Thank you for watching. Up next is World Cup Extra with Katela Macy. Do stay standby for that and, of course, enjoy your viewership.